Hi, and welcome back to the channel today. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for the well wishes for my quick healing with the eye surgery. And I can tell you, it's not healed yet. I still cannot see out of my right eye. I actually went back for a checkup at the eye doctor's yesterday, and they said half my eye was healing good, the other half not so much. So they actually scraped my eyeball, and then they actually got some metal sutures out and started picking off parts of the eye that weren't healing correctly so that it may try again. Let me tell you, I did all of that without any anesthesia, without any numbing drops. It was really, I'm a brave guy, I tell you what. I just let them, I said, listen, go at it. I've got to drive myself to work when this is done, so just you have at it, get it done. They did, and now I'm still on the mend again. It's just like the day after surgery, but that doesn't preclude me from doing work in the bee yard. I've got to get some feed on these hives. Now I tell you, the flow is on. I've seen goldenrod out there. I don't know how much they're bringing in. So the goal today is going to be to walk around, feel the weight on these hives. And if I can, after we go through this one bee yard, if I can, we will not only feed this bee yard, but maybe the other two as well. I would like to get food on them as quickly as possible. Even though there is some in the environment, I want to get the weight up so that these girls can have a great chance at surviving the winter. I mean, it doesn't look like fall yet. It's green outside, but I tell you, fall's coming. It's 55 degrees right now. And if I had my way, I'd be inside with a fire in the fireplace. But unfortunately, I don't want to do anything that's going to affect my eyeball, and I don't want to get smoke in my eye. So no fire today. But hopefully, we will be able to get out here and get these girls fed. Now, the first thing I've got to do, right now I'm cleaning out my 55-gallon drum that I make sugar syrup in. And I've got a bunch of sugar. We're going to dump it in the drum with some hot water. When it's cleaned out, we're going to make some 2-to-1 sugar syrup, and we're going to make probably 40 gallons to begin with. And then if I use that 40 gallons, we'll make another 40 gallons and continue to feed the bees, but only the hives that need it. These hives are heavy. They're not going to get any. And I know that I think that purple hive is heavy, maybe the green one too. That green lid, that was light last week. We had to give it some food. We had to give this one here some food. Not last week, but the week before. And then we remember we had that dead out over there. So there you go. There you have it. A lot of work to do today. And something else that I've learned, and we're going to talk about today. Do you know why pirates wear patches over one eye? I figured this out because, you know what? I've been walking around with one eyeball and it's no fun. Well, I will tell you that during the making of this video. And hey, I know, not just because I have one eye, but I also sport a D'Artagnan goatee. And D'Artagnan, he was a swashbuckler. I'm sure he's fought some pirates. So there you go, and there you have it. Anyways, let's get into the shop. Let's get our sugar syrup made, and then we'll continue on with the day.
Hey bug farmers, welcome to Bug Farmer Beekeeping, where we dive into the world of apiculture, beekeeping, and bees every week. This is the place to share laughs, explore bees, and learn together, all without taking ourselves too seriously. To join our buzzing community, it's easy and it's free. Just hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's cultivate beekeeping knowledge and fun together. Now, let's get into the bees.
All right, so the situation is as follows. First of all, let me take off these glasses. They only help, these are my cheaters, they only help one eye. This eye, I can't see anything. Maybe you want to look at my eyeball? Here it is, look at that. That's the eye that they did the surgery on, and yeah, you can't tell, but it's messed up. It's hosed, the big old hoseroni. Anyways, so the goal is this. The goal is to make some sugar syrup. Now, I've done some calculations, and in order to make 2-to-1 sugar syrup in this 55-gallon drum, in order to make 40 gallons, I need 160 pounds of sugar, which is fine, and about 11 and a half, 12 gallons of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 12 gallons of water on the side of this thing, run over to my hot water heater, fill this thing up to the 12-gallon mark, turn it on, and then we're going to start dumping sugar in and see what it can do. Now, I've done 1-to-1 in here. 2-to-1, this is the first time I've done 2-to-1, and we're going to see if this can handle it. So that's the goal, that's the plan. Here's a Sharpie. I don't know whether you can't see it on this side. I guess the only place that actually has the markings is on this side. So I'm going to disappear behind the barrel for a second. Let's see here. Okay, so now I've got a reference on the inside of this thing. I have to fill basically to the top. I'll bring out the camera and show you. So basically I have to fill until I hit the top of this right there, because that is the mark that I was using for 1-to-1. This is the mark. Well, you can't see it, but it's down there in the bottom. It's the mark that you need for the 2-to-1. So I'm going to fill my water right to the top of there. Work our way to the water heater. I'm not going to take you there. I'll be right back with 12 gallons of water. All right, so while that's doing that, I'm going to move my bucket machine from here out of here over to the side. I was making buckets the other day. My son and I, we actually built a stand for the bucket making machine, and I've got to do some moving around of my shop, primarily because, and I'll put this on casters as well, which is great. We have to do some moving around of the shop, primarily because I've got new equipment showing up, and I'm actually considering getting a new table saw and a drum sander, along with some of the new equipment that I've already purchased that's on its way. Okay, now while that's still filling, let me grab some sugar. Excellent. All right, now let's get this thing plugged in. All right. Well, I don't need this in there. Let me move this for right now. Perfect. Now we need 100, 20, 40, 60. All right, these two I don't need. Set those up here for right now. All right. Time to start mixing sugar syrup. I don't even know how many hives need it, but 'tis the season. I need my eyeballs. I need my eyeballs. Let me tell you. So my eyes have not been right for a while. I mean, I guess it started maybe almost a year ago. I started down this trek of my right eye. I had LASIK years ago, and I had 20/20 vision in both eyes forever. I still have 20/20 vision in this eye, which is the only thing getting me by the way. But I started losing the vision in this eye, and my optometrist couldn't figure it out. So he sent me to a specialist, and they found out that I had the starting of cataracts, right? I'm 56 years old. It's about time, you know, it's time for the cataracts. So before, my eyes were bad, and I had monovision. So this eye could see close up, and this eye could see far away. Now that they've done a lot of work on this eye, fellas and fellettes, and it's every time I go back, it gets worse, and it's starting to concern me that eventually I'm going to come back, they're going to just take the damn eyeball out. It's not going to be good. But at first I started losing vision in this eye because I had a cataract. Well, they took the cataract out, and then when they take a cataract out, they destroy your natural lens, and they put in a fake lens, right? One that it's man-made, and they put it in there, but it settled too far to the front of my eyeball, which made the prescription that was on that lens not be correct. Well, then they said, well, you've had LASIK before, we'll just lift up the flap and laze you, and then you'll be good to go. We'll make sure that everything is tuned up and you can see. So I'm like, okay, great. Well, I go to the second eye surgeon, and I go there, and they say, well, it's been a long time since you had that flap cut in your eye. We're not going to really pick it up. We don't want to have a problem. We're going to do PRK, which will really laze the outside of your eyeball to recontort so that it changes your vision, and it will line up with the prescription of the lens that they put in my eye that landed too far forward, and then I should be able to see. The only difference is that LASIK, it heals pretty much overnight. You know, you get LASIK on Friday, you go home, you go to bed, Saturday morning you wake up and everything is crystal clear, and it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter and better over time. With PRK, it takes like 3 weeks to a month to heal. Well, I went back to the doctor after having healed for a week, and they said that, well, half your eye is healing, the other half's not really healing right. So they said, well, we're going to have to scrape this side. So they're scraping some stuff, some gray matter, I don't know what it is, off my eyeball, and they get the sutures out, and they're picking stuff out of my eye. Then they put a non-vision changing contact in there to protect my eye, and that's where I am today. But I hate contacts. They didn't tell me the first time after the PRK that they put a contact, and for the whole week while I'm trying to heal, it feels like there's sand in my eye. Well, it's because there's a contact in my eye that they didn't tell me was there. I didn't find out until I went to the doctor yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and they pulled the contact out. I'm like, well, what the heck is that? I told him, you know, hey, make sure that there's a contact. You're not just going to be pulling my eyeball out. But He said, no, there's a contact. He took it out. Then he did all that stuff and put it back in. So now I'm trying to heal again. And I have no vision at all in this eye. You saw last week when I showed you on the screen what I see out of this eye. Now it's a little bit different. Now there's not that many different double visions around. I've got a little bit, but everything is pretty much like I'm looking through a cotton ball in this eye. It's I can see, I mean, I can see you there, but it's very weird. If you ever look at what people with glaucoma see, that's kind of what I'm seeing out of this eye right now, and it's miserable. And I can use my cheaters that will allow me to see close with this eye, and I can take my cheaters off and allow me to see far with this eye. But this eye is just kind of, it's a hindrance because it's not doing anything other than adding distortion to what I'm seeing when both eyes are open. It's the worst. I do need a pirate mask. I need one of those patches. Now, I came back to pirate. So let me tell you why the pirates wore patches on the eye. A lot of people don't know this. I think they thought that maybe they got their eye jabbed out with a sword, or they were trying to just look cool and fierce. A pirate would wear a patch on one eye and keep one eye acclimated to the light, while this eye is always acclimated to the dark. So if they're fighting, they're sword fighting, they're swashbuckling, and they go from the deck of the ship down into the captain's quarters and they're still fighting, the captain just moves the patch from this side to this side. Now he can see in the dark and he's kicking butt. And then when he goes back outside, he moves from this side to this side and he's kicking butt. That's the situation. That's why pirates wear patches. I know you didn't want to know, but now you know. You'll know forever and you tell other people. That's why pirates wear patches. I've got to start making sugar syrup. All right, I guess I'm going to have to add this slowly. But I guess the key to making good sugar syrup, especially 2-to-1, is hot water, which I got directly out of the old tank there. So I know that it's hot. It's not in there. I have a cat in a new litter box that doesn't want to use the new litter box. And it hasn't gone to the bathroom since I put it in there. Now it's wandering into another part of my shop. I'll be right back. Socks? That is the worst. So the litter box, we used to have a litter box just like anybody else who has a cat has a litter box. We keep it down in the basement. They do their thing. I have 2 cats. But my son is the one who's responsible for changing it. And I thought I would throw him a bone and get him one of those electronic litter boxes that actually scoots. Right after the cat's done, the cat gets out of the box, the litter box does its thing, it dumps out all the clumps, and then it puts it back and you have nice clean litter, and it puts everything down in a garbage bag, so all my son has to do is basically take a garbage bag and throw it away. Well, the problem is that it kind of looks like a cat crate that you would take to the vet, and the last time we put our cats in crates, we took them to the vet and they came back with their toenails missing, their claws, we got them declawed. And now they're afraid to go in this thing, and that's something I didn't think about when I bought it. But now I've taken the other litter box out, and they're going to have to use that or else. I don't want cats doing what they do in a house because that's the worst. So we're having a battle right now, trying to get the cat to accept her new digs. And also, let me tell you about my diet. I'm getting a little thinner there, fellas and fellettes. I'm at 209 right now. I'm on my way. I saw 208 this morning, but I'm going to call it 209 because it landed directly on 209 sharp. Well, I'm 209 pounds, so that's 234 to 209 on keto for a month and a half now. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And I'm not hungry anymore. I mean, I eat meat and eggs and bacon and sausage and steak and hot dogs and salami and ham and roast beef, and I can have cheese. I just can't have the bread that makes it a sandwich, so I can basically take a couple of pieces of cheese, Swiss cheese, and then put some ham in between it, and there you go. I can eat that. With a little bit of mayonnaise, as long as it's sugar-free. And it works. So I guess the big question here, is this pump going to survive? This is the first time I've done 2-to-1 in this apparatus. 1-to-1 is fine, but the 2-to-1, I mean, I might be asking a lot of this pump. So far, so good. And every bag that I add, the water level comes up. So hopefully when I'm done, I'll have right at 40 gallons in here. I'm going to let that churn for a minute. And while it does, I'm going to tell you some of my plans here. I did just finish making some buckets. If you need feeding buckets, we're going to be using some today. But if you need some, I know fall feeding is coming up. I've got more in stock, both 1 gallon and 2 gallon, at bugfarmerbees.com. You can certainly do that. My son and I were down here. We had the bucket making machine. We had that, the lid machine, we'll call it. We built a stand for it. You just saw me roll it out of here. And we did enough bucket lids to replenish inventory. I think I can show you. I'll show you one of the walls of my inventory in there. You can have a look at that. But we have replenished, so we got plenty of everything. So if you need any supplies or buckets, let me know. I've got some really neat stuff that is going to be happening very, very soon. It's not going to be good. By next spring, there's going to be a lot of changes to some of the stuff that I do. Well, by next spring, things are going to be different. We'll just leave it at that. Things are going to be different next spring. I've got. I told you a couple weeks ago that I pulled the trigger on something big, and it is something big. And then I just told you a minute ago that I think I'm going to get a new table saw, because this one I've had it for a long time, and I'm going to get a drum sander as well. And now you might be able to know where I'm going with this, but maybe you don't. But that's the plan. Those are my big purchases for this year. And again, I'm doing it all with honey money, there, fellas and fellettes. I'm not dipping into the old personal accounts here. This is all Bug Farmer Bees. I'm trying to grow this thing. If you're not aware, I'm trying to grow everybody. We all try to get a bee business going. If you're beekeeping and you're starting to take it seriously and sell honey, you're starting a business, and honey generates a lot of revenue. Let me tell you, a ton of revenue. Generally about $500 per hive per year for me. Other people are getting much more, but about $500 per hive for myself, and it does well. I can't say that it doesn't. It does well. It generates a lot of revenue. Then, of course, YouTube generates some revenue, and then my stores generate a little bit of revenue. So I'm building my bee business, and a lot of other people build their bee business in a different way. They go off and focus on get as much honey as they can, and that's great. I'm just I'm old in my back. I think I'm going to get up to about 200 hives, and I'm going to stop. And I think that's where I'm going to max out as far as the number of hives that I have. But I have other aspirations in beekeeping because, one, I have a lot of ideas about how things should be done or should be made. What else? Well, those are my updates right now. I've got big plans. I've got a lot of things going on. But needless to say, I'm building my bee business just like we're all pretty much building our bee business, right? We want to sell honey. Some people want to sell bees. I will never sell bees. And the reason I've chosen to never sell bees is because people have sold me bees, and both times that I've bought a lot of queens remotely, it's turned into a nightmare, and I don't want my customers feeling about me the way that I feel about the people who sold me those bees and then had to deal with the customer service afterwards just to be made whole. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put you in that situation. I don't want anybody hating me. I'm trying to do this the best that I can. And I'm trying to be the kind of business that I would want to operate with, that I would like, all right? A business that I would like to do business with. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You're thinking, who is this bug farmer guy? Well, a guy who understands business. That's all. Oh goodness. You know what I think I want? And I might get, because I have room. I have more than, my basement is bigger than this, fellas and fellas. I've got rooms over there, rooms back behind there, rooms over there, my old shop over there. I've got space. Thinking about a CNC machine, like a real honest to God flatbed, cut out metal, cut out wood, cut out whatever you want CNC machine. Maybe even a laser or even a water jet. I have some things that I could build. I like to build things. I like to invent things. Oh, and boy, do I have an invention that I'm working on. I already got the components. They're sitting in that room over there. I just haven't begun the assembly on it, and I'll probably do that this winter. Hopefully in time for spring. That probably won't be done by spring. But it's a game changer. Oh, it's a game changer. People are going to love it. We thought the InstaVap changed the game. You know, battery operated vaporizers. Woo! We thought honey bottlers changed the game. Oh no. I've got a game changer. I can't even see a text on my phone. Alright, 2 more bags of sugar and we've got 2 to 1. Oh, and I know some of you are commenting about my ponytail. I'm having a 2/3 life crisis, fellas. 56 years old. I wish I was 20 again. I'm having a 2/3 life crisis. I am 2/3 of the way done. I've got a third left. And I'm thinking about just becoming a hippie. Why? Why not? I can. My real job doesn't care that I wear my hair however I can shave my head. They don't care. So that's not a concern. I don't think you people care. You know, I mean, I hope not. I can still look handsome from the front. I pull it back in a ponytail. Looks like I've got short hair. I can always just film straight on, just like this, and that's okay. Or I can wear a hat. You can't tell, but I mean, it's getting kind of long. I'm, you know, back in the day when I was a teen, I had hair down to there. I mean, 80s, right? We're talking Paul Stanley, Steve Perry, Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, everybody. We all had long hair. White Snake, that guy had some hair on him. But you know, those are them are the days. I'm having midlife. Like I said, 2/3 life crisis. This is not midlife. Midlife, I mean, let's be honest, is maybe 32. I blew past that. Wish I was 32 again. But I don't mind. I'll be 56. But Gen X, right? So I'm 18 inside my head forever. I was one of the feral youth. Kind of made up my own rules as I went along. All within reason. I never broke any rules. Never broke any laws. What was it? Crosby, Stills, and Nash said everyone has a code that they must live by. Well, I have my own code. My code of conduct. My code of honor. But it told me to treat my parents well and told parents to treat their children well, so I did and they did. And here you go. All right. Last bag of sugar. Then I may have to add some more water. Then again, oh, this is all pure cane sugar too. I was thinking, okay, this might be beet sugar, which could have caused Grok's calculations to be off, but Grok said I would get 39 gallons, 39.872 gallons, whatever, of 2-to-1 sugar syrup with 160 pounds and 12 gallons of water. Now, maybe my 12 gallons of water that I started with was off. That's possible. Maybe I was a gallon shy. We haven't even gotten outside yet. Holy moly. This video may be just a me making sugar video. There might not be any outside on this video. I mean, you've all watched me place buckets before. Maybe we can watch me fill them here. I don't know. Let's, glad I have this on wheels. Let's get this churning and mixing. Then let's go out to the bee yard really quick and just let's lift some hives. Okay. All right, now that I know it's moving, let's go to the bee yard. I guess the first one we will do is this one right here. Let's just go ahead and get this picked up. Oh, that is a heavy hive. That one is in great shape. Okay, let's walk back here. All we want to do is give them a little lift. Oh man, I tell you what, I can't see Joro spiders. Okay, I might end up freaking out here. Let's just do the best we can. Oh, that is a heavy hive. They do not need it. Oh, I understand. I do have bricks on them, but okay. These girls could use. I'm going to let a brick hang off the back like so, if they need food. These girls have had food. I'm going to give them one more. So let's hang their brick off the back. Same with this one right here. They've had food. We're going to give them one more. We'll go back when we're done and count the bricks that are hanging off the back. All right, let's go over here. Oh man, I gotta watch out for these spiders. I'm gonna get a face full. Problem is I can't see. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna creep across here. You can probably see me on this camera here, holding this camera here. There's a spider web right there. We're gonna creep over, try to grab the spider stick and hope that I don't get a face full of Jarrow spider. All right, here we go. Here we go. There we go. I see a spider. And I don't want to get it on me. Hold on a second. One up there. Hold on a minute. Where did I see one? I saw one right there. Okay, you can't see it, I don't think. I'm gonna point it out. The stick. It's right there. Into that stick. Can you see that? These things are the worst. Let's go ahead and get it. I don't know where it went. It's on the ground somewhere. I don't know where it went on the ground, but it's somewhere. I didn't spray it, so it will live another day, which I don't like. But it's better than getting Jarrow spider fangs in me, especially when I can't see. All right, now let's set down the spider stick. Set it right there. And let's go back to doing what we're doing here. Let's see. Oh, this one definitely needs food. If there's even anybody in there. Oh, there's barely anybody in there, but they need food bad. And, okay, that one's pretty heavy. That one's good. That one's empty. Oh man, I'm getting kind of crazy walking around here. These Jarrow spiders are gonna get me. Let's see here. Oh, that's light. That's heavy. We're gonna give them both food though. Okay. Let's move over here. That one I don't need to do anything with. That one's heavy as can be. This one, ooh, there's a lot of bees in there. Oh, these people, they're heavy. They don't need anything. That one's empty, I believe. Okay. This one, okay, they could use some. This is a tall hive. Do we have any activity happening on the front? Yes, we do. Okay, they could use some food. They're tall, but there's a lot of bees in there eating. See about this one. Oh man, I'm feeling spider web. Oh man. Yeah, this is a wonderful video, fellas and fellettes. Okay, there's bees in here. We're gonna set you down for a second. While I lift this hive, it's kind of, oh, that's a very heavy hive. They don't need any food. Let's come around this side of the tree, watching out for spiders. Let's oh, that is a heavy hive. They don't need any food. Let's check this one here. This is a triple decker here. They've got plenty. And let's check this one right here. They could use some. Okay. So the number of buckets that we're going to bring out here are as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9 buckets out here. That's not bad for this bee yard. So let's zip back up to the shop and fill 9 buckets. All right, I've got 9 buckets set up. Actually, I took you with me to get the buckets, but I failed to turn the camera on, so I've got 9 buckets here. I didn't take you over to get them. They're in that room over there. Anyways, I've got the buckets. I think this is ready to go. I'm gonna give it the old. That's how I tell whether the sugar's been dissolved, because it's still kind of milky. But if I can reach my fingers in there, pinch a little bit of sugar syrup, and that's very thick syrup, and not feel any grains of sugar, then I think I'm in pretty good shape. So now what we need to do is we need to get our hose unfurled. Doing some unfurling here. We just set this like this. Open this up. and begin to fill. All right, let's see what we can do here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, while I'm filling these buckets, I just want to thank you because, again, my path on beekeeping as a business is a little bit different than most, but I appreciate all your support and all of you who have become my customers. I want to tell you how much I appreciate it, and I want to thank you for your business. I will do everything I can to take care of you. And if there are things that you want me to carry that I'm not carrying, do me a favor, reach out and let me know, and I'll promptly get it in the store so that I can get it for you. Things like pollen patties, yeah, I'm probably not going to be carrying those. Now, I may carry pollen sub. I don't mind carrying that. But pollen patties, nothing that expires. I'm not going to carry anything that expires. Primarily because I'm just a one-guy shop, but I can still get you what you need. I've sold a ton of 1 gallon buckets, 2 gallon buckets. I've sold a ton of beehives, frames. What else have I sold a lot of? Gloves. These wonderful Apis tactical gloves. I've sold quite a bit of those. Those are doing well. Honey bottles. I've sold a lot of honey bottles. Basically things that beekeepers want, need, and desire, and need in order to sell honey as a business. I'm trying to carry it. My bottlers. Sold some bottlers. And I've heard good reports back from those who bought them that they like them, which is good. Now my bottler is a little bit different than the one sold by other folks out there. I've got the ability to prime it right there at the pump. I've also got a potentiometer on it, a speed knob, because that's something that I saw was missing on a lot of the ones that were on the market. Sometimes you want to fill your bottles slowly. Sometimes you want to fill them fast. So I've got a potentiometer on there. You can actually control the speed of which the honey comes out of the machine and into your bottle, which works wonders. But this is not an ad. If you're looking for that stuff, go to bugfarmerbees.com. I appreciate your patronage, I really do. But this is more of a thank you to all of you who have purchased from me. I really appreciate it. Again, my path is a bit different. Well, I'm still in the bee business, I guess, and I'm moving into the manufacturing side of it as well. So be patient with me, and I'll get you some good stuff at good prices. Oh, and there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. You know what we'll talk about when I'm putting buckets on the hive out there? It's not that important. Well, I mean, maybe it's important. It might be important. But it's only important if it's important to you. What's important to me doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but not as much as what is important to you. I mean, you're the audience, right? Brought my cart up here. We're going to load the stuff into the cart. All right, now I did bring the smoker, the Dadant smoker that I would love to sell, Dadant. Love to sell it. All right, let's see here. There we go. Bing and bing. That should make them very happy. Okay, next one. This guy over here. So, what I wanted to talk to you about, and it's a bit windy, I understand that, is I guess the question is this. On my videos, do you prefer the kind of video where I'm walking around with a phone or maybe a selfie stick, or, you know, a sequential video, one camera where I just kind of do it and get it done? Because I could put more videos out that way and it's a lot easier for me to edit. Or do you like the videos that I usually do, which this one here is kind of a hybrid between the two, even though there's not a lot going on here today, but the edit is going to be a lot easier on this video than most. Usually it takes me between 10 and 12 hours a week to edit my videos, and that's a multi-camera shoot, checking the scene, make sure that it's right, making sure everything's level, making sure that you can see everything. And I put a lot of effort into those videos. And then I see other folks out there who are just shooting videos and they put some effort in, not nearly as much as I do, I don't believe, on beekeeping channels. And they're getting gazillion views, and I don't understand. Maybe people just don't like me. I don't see how that can be possible. I like me. But maybe it's the style of video, or maybe it's the volume of videos. Maybe I'm not putting out enough content for them. Maybe they want more. So I can film more videos with a less edit, or keep my edits the same and drop one a week, or maybe just drop one a week and do it with an easier edit. Because the edit, let me tell you, I put a lot of effort into these videos. And I mean, if I was a channel with 100,000 subscribers, which is what I'm shooting for, I'd like to get that silver play button that Dirt Rooster and Mr. Ed have. I would love to have one of those. And I'm working really, really hard to try to get one. I just can't seem to attract a huge audience like that. And I'm thinking maybe it's my editing. I've been putting a lot of effort since I started YouTube into improving my edit, making the edit a good edit, a video that's easy to watch. That's been my goal. That's been my mission this whole time. But then again, maybe it's not my editing at all. Maybe there's another reason why my videos aren't pulling the kinds of numbers that I would like them to pull. You know, I don't know. I don't know. There we go. There we go. Let me go get another bucket. Then we'll continue our conversation. I need your help. I really do need your help. I would love to know what it is that you would like to see in my videos, or maybe a way that I could edit my videos that would be more appealing. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to do it the best I can for you. So any input that you could offer would be appreciated. All right, that is our bucket. Let's crack this just a smidge. Okay, get that right there. Oh, we don't want you out yet, girls. There you go. Enjoy that. And now, let's go to those girls. Oh, this is not going to be fun. These have inner covers. These don't have the migratory tops on them. Ooh, but I have another migratory top right there. Wonder if I have another one in the house. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I have another migratory top, and if so, I'm going to replace. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not, because that means I got to take the inner cover off. Well, yeah, you know what? I am. Let me run to the house real quick. See if I have one more migratory top if I can put on this 10 framer. I've got one on this box, so they're good. Let me run and check real quick. Unfortunately, I only have one, and that's that one. And I'm going to put it on this hive. It's the lightest, so they're going to need more feeding. This hive is just going to get the old balance the roof on the top of the bucket situation here. Here you go, girls. Enjoy. There's your roof in case it rains. I will get you some more migratory tops. I am going to start building and selling them. I'm trying to find a supplier of HDO. Okay, hello ladies. Okay, not a lot going on here. There's a couple of hive beetles in there. Oh, quite a few actually. Boy, they come out. Man, I tell you what, there's nothing going on in this box. I think I'm gonna eliminate this box. Yeah, there's nothing happening here. That box is done. Set this right here. We don't want the ants on there. All right, let's give them some food. There you go. There you go, ladies. Much better. Let's set this right here so they know where their house is. There we go. Oh, goodness. Man, you missed it. I almost busted my butt. Again, that's the problem with only having one eyeball. I'm like Popeye here. I can't even see whether or not I'm on camera. My head might be cut off. I don't know. I'm gonna adjust the camera. All right. I hope you can see me now. I don't know whether you, I can't see the camera, so I don't know whether or not you see me. Maybe if I look at my one eye. I still can't. Oh, I'm wearing these. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm in there. Okay. So the problem is I'm wearing the cheaters so that I can see my up close work. I can't see. I can't see. This is the worst. I'm going to change my channel name to the Blind Beekeeper. All right. Let's see what we got here, ladies. We have bees in there. All right, let's give them some food. There you go. Bing and bing. Let's move along. Let us see here. Now, these girls were fed the week before last, so I'm sure that this bucket is empty. I think. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, there's a lot of bees there. Okay, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to replace this bucket with this one with the 2-to-1. Let's see how heavy their hive is. Oh, no, they're light. Light. Okay, ladies, here's the good stuff. There's the good stuff. That is lighter sugar syrup. They don't need that. So let's do this one. Okay. Hello, ladies. Okay, it's me. It's me. Okay, they're bringing in pollen, so I see that the queen is laying in there. Okay. This one here is going to be the same. Oh, this is empty. They finished that one off. There you go. There you go. Good for you. There's that. Okay, so you're not going to believe this. So in the time, and I've not cut, well, I mean, there might be a few edits in here. That's basically what we were talking about a little while ago. But in the time that I've been down here, and it's been 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, a spider, I'm going to assume a Jaro spider, has already pulled a web from the handle of my wagon to the back of my wagon. I don't see the spider, but they're already starting a web. This is nightmarish stuff, people. I need to make this year's Halloween video about spiders. And I'm not going to. If you haven't seen my Halloween special, you'll see it. It's what I play every Halloween. It's kind of like Charlie Brown's Halloween, right? That's what we're doing. Oh, there's a big old cockroach. Oh, now it's a dead cockroach. I don't know why the bees let them live in there. Cockroaches and wax moths are the two things that I do not understand how they can get in a hive and the bees allow them to stay. If you know, especially the wax moths, if you know how the wax moths can get in a hive and start laying and wander around in there without getting stung, and because they're soft-bodied little insects, it's not like they're a roach's got like, it's like a tank, all right? It's armored, it's got an exoskeleton. A moth is just a soft, frail little thing, just like us humans. And I'm sure a few stingers in a moth is going to take it out, but why don't the bees sting them? They know that it's a threat. They know that it destroys their colony. Why don't they smell the moth? Right? Bees they can smell really, really good. They can pick out nectar and sugar from a mile away, but why can't they smell a wax moth? Hey, if you know, tell me, because that's always just, put in the comments. I have no idea. I could probably ask Grok, right? I can go in there, I can get on my phone, I can ask Grok, tell me about it. But I like people telling me better. People know more than Grok, I think. I think Grok knows what Grok thinks he knows, or Gemini or ChatGPT. I don't think they know as much as people think they do. I think they're trained on a lot of bad information. Basically, it's like if you were training your AI, you have a brand new AI and you train it only on Wikipedia, it's going to get about, I would say 4/5 of everything that it answers wrong, because most of the information on Wikipedia is not credible, right? It's pretty much just crap. I had to learn that lesson when I was in college, and I've already talked to my daughter who's in college now, because Wikipedia has been around for a while. Don't ever use Wikipedia as a source. It's not reliable. I mean, people will put BS sources up there saying, oh, this is the source, but that source is crap or made up. I mean, Wikipedia is not the place to go if you want real information. Believe it or not, I still actually have an old set of encyclopedias. No, you know what? No, I don't. I got rid of those. I do have some Time Life Western encyclopedias that show Indians and cowboys and Jesse James and all of that fun stuff. Those are pretty cool. But, libraries still work, right? Real books, real sources. That's the key. All right, well, there you go. We've reached the end of another adventure. Now, we've not done a whole lot. I mean, I've fed the girls in this yard, and only the girls that needed the feed. And I'm going to go on to the farm and the Honey Creek yard today and tomorrow and make sure that all of the hives are topped off with what they need. That way, at least the hives that need the food can get it, and the ones that are bringing in the resources, they can continue to bring them in. I can tell you this, by the time winter is here, everybody will feel like a brick, and that's my goal. I want all the hives to be super, super heavy going into winter, and now's the time, because fall is here, man. It's happening. I've got leaves falling, and they're not changing color yet, but I'm sure they are up north. But it was 55 degrees this morning. It's probably about 62 right now, and it's windy and overcast, and the chill is in the air, fellas and fellettes, and winter's coming. And I say that the sun comes out. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. But, well, there it goes. We're behind another cloud. Anyways, yeah, it's time to start topping off the hives. I don't know what's out there in my flow. There's something, because they're out there getting it. And some of the hives, again, some of the stronger hives are very heavy. Other stronger hives had, almost no food on them at all, very, very light. And now they've got something, and I will continue to feed as necessary. With that said, what else? Let me know in the comments if you like the way that I edit, or you don't like the way that I edit. If you would like me to start doing the selfie stick, I can do that. If just walking around with my camera and talking about things, I can do that. Heck, I can do voiceovers. I mean, whatever you like. Right now, the way that I edit videos is I've got a multi-camera shoot, and this one is not one of them. I mean, there was multi-camera shoot in the basement in there when I was working on filling the sugar syrup. But out here, it's just been a single camera. I've been driving around and taking it to every location. But I usually do a 2 or a 3 camera shoot, and then I've got to synchronize all the audio, all the video, and then cut between the different cameras to try to tell the story. And I try to give you the highest quality videos that I possibly can. Primarily because I know what I would like to watch, and what I do is I edit something that I think would be interesting based on the types of videos that I enjoy. But it's a lot more effort, I believe, than most beekeepers put into their channel. And I've seen a lot of beekeepers that to be honest with you, they've got a lot more subscribers. I mean, we're talking 20, 30,000 more than I have. And their videos, I watch them and I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's okay. You're just doing the same thing I'm doing and not so good of a job editing, but maybe it's that rawness that people like. And maybe that would help. Maybe you like those people better than me. Maybe there's something about me you don't like. I don't know. I like myself. I think I'm a good guy. I try to be. I'm always honest with you. I try to just hang out with you. My channel's predominantly about hanging out and doing bees. If you haven't noticed, I don't try to teach. I just try to hang out and do bees. Now, I could teach. I've learned quite a few things, but I would prefer that if you're a new beekeeper and you watch me, you see what works, you see what doesn't. You can see what mistakes I've made, avoid my pitfalls, and grow on your own. We can grow together. That's a good thing. That's the kind of the way that I want to do it. But if I need to, like for instance, I could have talked more about sugar syrup and making sugar syrup, maybe 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, or when to use 1-to-1 and when to use 2-to-1. And if you're new, you use 1-to-1 in the spring, or 1/3 to 1 in the early spring when you're trying to build off comb, and then when you're trying to get the girls, building out brood before the main flow starts, you might use a gallon of 1-to-1. And then after that, in the summertime, after you harvest, you can use 1-to-1 when they can still evaporate the honey. And then in the fall, when you just wanted to start putting weight on the hives before winter, you go to 2-to-1. So I've taught you a little bit, but that's not the goal of this channel. It's just to hang out. But I can teach if I have to. I mean, I don't mind. It's not a chore. But just do me a favor. Everybody that's watching, let me know what it is that you like about bee videos, about how other beekeepers do their videos, and what you don't like that I do and what you don't like that other beekeeping videos are. And we'll try to put something together that you enjoy stopping in weekly to look at, because I really want one of those silver play buttons, but I'm about 85,000 subscribers short. And I've been doing this for 6 or 7 years now, and I'm putting a lot of effort. I mean, when I first started, my videos were really bad, and they're still there. You can go back and watch them. They're bad. My very first video was about a cat under a tree, and I'm scared to death to talk to the camera in the hall. I mean, it's bad. But if you watch through my old videos, you can see that I work. Every time I make a video, I try to do better than the last one. I try to edit it better and tell the story better, and I'm trying to do that, but somehow or another, I can't get YouTube to latch on to me and start putting me out there like it's put others out there before me. And I don't know why. Maybe I should start doing cutouts. Maybe that's what people like seeing. They love it when I get stung. I could stick my face in a beehive and do that and get a lot of subscribers, but I don't want to do that. It hurts. So there you go. There you have it. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough. Do me a favor, leave in the comments what you think about the way I edit and whether you'd like me to change it up, add things, subtract things, do things the same, better, or differently, or not at all. Maybe you just want me to go away. I mean, whatever, just leave it in the comments. That's fine. And with all that said, I want to thank you for stopping in to have a look at this video. I do appreciate you. Every single one of you that tune in weekly, or if this is your first time, hey, I appreciate you. Do me a favor, give me a like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I do try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun. And sometimes I can see, and right now I can't. This eye, I don't. Next week, maybe I'll be able to see you next week. Right now, I can only see you next week with one eye, and that's good enough for me right now. One eye's okay. 2 eyes would be better. One's okay, but there you go. There you have it. I will catch up with you next week. Have a great week. Be happy, and I'll see you next time. Take care.